This is definitely not a simple deal. Before flying to Cape Town, Anthony contacted a Bitcoin mining big shot and sent his legates to pose as priests to negotiate prices. A simple cash for goods deal turned into deliver first, pay later. The girl couldn't believe it. Fearing that the other party was up to some trickery, she swiftly kicked the priest behind and dashed out of the church in a hurry. Her entourage followed, sparking a thrilling street chase, pushing everyone aside. She shed her coat to avoid recognition. She quickly entered a bar, but guess what? Anthony was there all along. She thought she had escaped, but was injected with the tranquilizer next. Subtitles, her instincts drove her to struggle, but as the drug took effect, she weakened. Anthony effortlessly seized her Bitcoin stash, a secret weapon. Anthony, as head of security, arrived at the Cape Town meeting. The hotel, perched atop a hill, offered panoramic ocean views. The hotel itself was quite the catch. Before long, Sutton's convoy rolled in, with world leaders following suit, accompanied by a squad of navies set up as like a VIP package for the U.S. president. The next day's meeting kicked off as scheduled, and Sutton, looking like a showstopper in red, waltzed into the venue. Before the meeting, 20 leaders posed for a photo, stealing the spotlight, yet no one noticed. The sole venue door closed quietly. Anthony had his men reprogram the locks. Soon after, all nearby signals were lost. Only select individuals could access the door, and time seemed to freeze. Signals were gone. What on earth do we do? Orders, the henchmen on gas masks entered an elevator and remotely activated the chemical weapon under the car. Armed forces outside blocked the hotel's sole exit. Obviously, it was pre-planned for this. Not only Seal's room, their bedrooms were bomb-rigged too. After a massive explosion, Anthony's biggest threats were wiped out, and the meeting venue turned into a chaotic disaster zone. Guards tried to escort the leaders out, but their access cards failed. As chemical fumes filled the corridor, they coughed and collapsed. Just then, the Cape Town officials marched in to check on things. Despite being old friends, Anthony wasn't going easy on him. Had planned too long, anyone blocking him became X. Anthony easily took control of the hotel, leaving everyone anxious. Sutton was about to ask her bodyguard to contact the outside when armed men in black blocked them. The British Prime Minister seemed oblivious to the situation and approached, hoping to negotiate. Unfortunately, his bodyguard took a bullet right then. Instantly, the bodyguards of various leaders engaged in a wild tango with the black-clad thugs, plunging the scene into yet another chaotic frenzy. Many shielded Sutton and the Prime Minister, peeking at a wall not far away. He recognized it as a hidden door. He had noted that spot when checking in, and once he confirmed it was clear, he gave Sutton a knowing glance. Sutton threw the fire extinguisher out as a distraction, and under the cover of smoke, they darted through the hidden door to escape. Inside was a secluded area, while the kitchen outside had already been secured by Anthony's henchmen. Just as Manny and Sutton were plotting their next move, they unexpectedly ran into the South Korean First Lady, who tumbled down from another passage. They quickly gathered around, heading through the passage into a relatively safe area. And Bam Thayer spotted. Meanwhile, Anthony emerged nonchalantly at the conference center, reigning over the chaos. Anthony just needed to know all others were here except the US President and UK Prime Minister. Anthony instructed his guys to bring the two back. They were absolutely vital to his master plan and needed to stay alive. Sutton sensed that this ambush was too bizarre, likely due to an insider leaking the secrets. She couldn't think of other possibilities and vowed that Reed was rushing upstairs to save the kids. Reed teamed up with his son and smashed the gunman to the ground, unleashing a whirlwind of fury that left the attacker utterly incapacitated. Just as they barricaded the door, Anthony's henchmen arrived. Selena quickly tore off a bedsheet and tied it to the railing. The trio hid on the next balcony, overhearing the gunman say, "The kids escaped via bedsheet." That was Selena's strategy. Just then, Anthony was live streaming globally, exposing the real motives behind America's digital currency push. He claimed the dollar had been on a continuous decline, and to save its dominant status, the president suggested pushing digital currency to the third world. While this made transactions easier, it also robbed people of their financial control, as he didn't want to see everyone fall into the Americans' trap. He urged all to swiftly pull funds from banks and stocks to invest in cryptocurrencies. He firmly believed it's a currency beyond capital's control and publicly threatened governments. He proclaimed, "If you try to stop me, I'll behead your nation's leaders in response." After the live stream, Anthony cranked up his performance, commanding all leaders present to read the script he'd prepared for them. The South Korean president was called up to demonstrate, but when he saw the script, he flat out refused. The subtitles reveal that the content above is actually a narrative composed entirely of alphabetic characters, which, if read aloud, enables AI to forge an audio recording. As the South Korean president refused to cooperate, Anthony didn't insist and had his men cut off in ear. Everyone was stunned. Faced with this scene, everyone couldn't believe their eyes. What was happening was beyond terrifying. After that, all the leaders complied, recording the full phonetic sequence as requested, while the outside world heard something entirely different. Even American elites were almost fooled by him, and amid this chaos, the currency market crashed. While his cryptocurrency fortunes subtitles, his crypto doubled every 15 minutes. Not enough, his plans went further, with US and UK presidents as the key. Capturing them proved quite the challenge, as Sutton was plotting her escape to the garage. Though capturing them seems tough, as Sutton plans to escape to the garage. Don't forget to subscribe.